Hey everyone, welcome back to another video of Project Nuke City, and today we are back with just another update. And what we're starting off with is just working more on the hotel, and there are some stuff I want to talk about, but of course if you guys are interested in this, like, subscribe, spread the channel, I should say share the channel, not spread, I'm too used to saying spread, but share the channel, share the video, share all that. And if I don't know, anyone has suggestions for any new builds or anything I should try to do, leave it on the comments. And of course, just leave down any nice comments, and you guys will be a part of Nuke City. Because you know, I'm thinking about actually needing some names for buildings. So this hotel, I want to name after somebody. The pizzeria also want to name after someone. Some certain buildings will get named after viewers. Other ones will just be named by myself, but I do have some building I want to work on. So far, as you guys can see, we're just getting some normal things. I got some small lobby stuff set up, and this will become a bathroom. But you know, a bit more basic stuff. I don't know, but like, if you guys, I don't know. Well, something I want to talk about is I want to get done with something. I want to actually do something with this. So what I'm thinking about is kind of redesign a certain amount of this building, and what I want to do is kind of belt over the parking lot. So I'm going to hopefully talk about this in the next update because it's something that I will just be working on over time, or during the next video. So yeah, I don't know. So after the bathroom, I want to actually start making this into a store. So of course I went for some basic kind of design of just some basic looking shelves. And they're not going to be filled with anything because it's well, I'm supposed to put like chests down. And, this is just what I consider was the best way to make like a store and make any shelves. So yeah, just built all these just walls that will have like the shelves on each side, and it's just simple type of technique. It does take me a while to actually figure out what I want to try to do because this is at an angle and not exactly just a normal shaped box. And it's a unique testament to what I want to try to do. And I do use barrels just for the lower section, just because it feels okay in there. Just nothing in between, like in that empty space, because maybe I can place like a maybe like an item frame and the item there, but at the same time there isn't really a lot of things that would, because they're like accessory, like toyish, or not even just a toy, but like something that would just be naturally just placed on the shelves. And then the next thing I want to do in this belt is I want to work on this bar, and this is something I've been looking at for quite a long time. And I'm only just zoom out because, well, I work more than just on the bar, but it's enough to understand what I'm trying to do. Just get a bar. We're gonna be putting like a lot of. I want to also like add like um, pool tables and the Hoyer booths. And I like using this good old fashioned pool table, which is trapdoors with string with dark green carpet and including signs to represent like the the sticks. I kind of forgot what they were. Um, where they are. So that's what I consider like. Even though technically, I think those things are usually like almost long as a pool table. Okay, don't judge me. Doing what I want to do. I'm having fun. So yeah, I do go for multiple ideas. That's just because like it does take a while for me to understand what stick, what doesn't stick, because there is a lot of things that I'm thinking like about um let's see, where should each, how many like chairs and tables and the poles. I don't really like the idea of having these tables out of there because it just doesn't make it feel like a bar, and I kind of do need a space for like. I kind of want to put these pool tables a bit more up front near the bar, and I really would like to have the booths instead, like more on the side, just because for me it makes more sense. And those just normal tables, they just don't look good. Most of them don't look good. Only a few of them do, but most replacement for them would be fine because they just look. They're just outside. They're kind of widely out, and they're just kind of seem more like a hazard than like fun. I don't know. So I do replace most of them. Just I leave the one in the back or next to the window just because I'm like, okay, you know what? It kind of is a good place for that one. But the rest of them, I decided I want to try a different, or try the same technique I use around the pillar, something like that. I was like, okay, you know what? That looks much better. Like, you can use it as a way to chat, or you can be there saying, talking to the people um, in the bar, or it's basically a rating section. One of the two works. And I was saying, okay, we can add a bit more, which is fine. I actually like this idea. So I still need to go down and work on the floor later on because I really want to add some type of texture to it, or some type of um, design to it, but I haven't gotten around that yet. So the next thing I want to do is I want to get done with this stupid office area because I've been holding this off for quite a long time. So I decided to finally tackle it and actually fill it up, start working on it. First, I wanted to change the coloring of the floor, and it was not too hard. And then, what became the more hard part is making each of them an office, because that was something I was saying. Okay, well, I would need to go down, and turn to each of the offices. The big one would be just big offices, like multiple desks. The little ones would kind of be just more one personal. The hard challenge was that I want to make each of them different compared to each of to the I want to make each of them different from the other one because it would kind of say, oh yeah, this is how someone else like their office look like. This is someone else like how they would like have their office. And I decided that yeah, I'm okay with that. I will come back in to add like some plants, and yeah, basically just plants later on. But for now, it's just inventory. I don't feel like swapping between inventory, like to place plant and going back and putting freaking um, the furniture down. So I decided, okay, let's tackle the furniture first. That'd be easier part. The plant stuff can just come in next. So yeah, just much more simple. Nothing really too. It does take time. Like I spent about probably almost 7 hours on this video, which is of course more than what I usually do. I remember like usually before I was like only like putting like 4 hours in, and well, we're putting more because I was just having too much fun with this. I'm like, well, this is quite fun. Like I actually enjoy working on this because I need to get this thing done. I'm going to need to put some more time into it, and overall, I think that would just make more or less sense just to start progressing, start putting more time into this. Because if I don't put more time to it, it will kind of go slow, and I don't really want it to be slow. And it always is slow because I'm the only person making on this or working on this, so it's not really fast or stuff like that. Still looking for other people. I'm still trying to find some ways to have other people join the world, which means I'm gonna have to make a server. But I already did, and I know how to, but just need to figure out how to how to allow people to connect to my internet. This also means the internet sucks here, so yeah, I had to figure out how that works or get that situated. So after that, after working on the hotel, I decided I finally got finished Fire Department 1 and finally get like the interior layout done. This was something I was just holding. I was like, I don't really want to. Like, I don't really want to. It's just so much. Like, it's so annoying to work on. Well, I didn't really want to work on it, but I knew that I needed to get it done because it was just incomplete. And I really want to get some more buildings in, but I really need to finish some of these other buildings first because it would just make me feel much more better inside because it would just be easier just to know that, oh yeah, that's done. You don't have to worry about it anymore. So the first floor was kind of already done. I decided now, okay, I went to the second floor. The second floor would probably be a bit more similar, just a different floor coloring, just because like the top floor is just going to mainly be the living quarters of the fire station, where your people are going to sit, or more like beds, furniture, your kitchen, dining room, the weight room, the train, all that type of crap will just be on the top floor because it'll just be much easier. We don't have to go around that freaking on that space I can't even have because that space that is dedicated to the fire station itself, like the actual fire truck and all that type of stuff. So, getting through all this takes a while because that's not really the most fun thing I have to work on. So after some time, I finally get the roof on top, and it's like, okay, finally, it's time to finally work on the top floor, which is going to be where the living quarter is. Something else I did not do is actually fill with any interior decoration, and I also do forget to put some lights, or I purposely do not put lights in certain on the second floor and the first floor, just because that was something that I didn't feel like I should try and do at the moment, but it's something that wouldn't take too long to do in reality. So at first, this is just my first layout. It isn't the layout I'm going to go with because I think like I don't know why there's going to be offices on the top floor. This is supposed to be more like the living space, but first I come up with some certain things like, okay, this is going to be the kitchen, the living room. You do have like the exit down to the fire stations or fire trucks to the pole, and a lot of progress, or a lot of decision goes to this because you think about it like, okay, you know what, I don't know, just there's a lot of things in my head that's gonna be there. It's gonna be like the weight room. Some of those are gonna be bathrooms. A lot of progress, and then I decided, okay, you know what, I need to redesign this. I didn't like it because we need a living quarters. I'm thinking, okay, you know what, living quarters, or at least the bedrooms, need to be more close to the to the window, so actually they get some light into the room. So I decided to change all that up, change the layout, and the movie theater I also wanted to add. It's in the in the small little corner between the beds or between the some of the bedrooms and the living room. It was just something I was like, oh cool, like I was thinking about this, like, okay, you know what, that's okay with me. And then I want to add two other rooms as well. And those rooms will be a small little game room, a cool little game room, and the other one will be a library for people who want to just chill out, read some books. You don't have to they don't have to they can have like some quality alone time. They can read some good books, but that was I kind of was thinking about going with, and I kind of like it because it makes it feel unique in a lot of ways, and I kind of enjoy making those type of ideas. So as for some a lot of time, or some small amount of time, I don't know what it is, it was finally time to get the roof finally put on top, which I think I do make some small oh yeah, I had to go fill in that was the thing. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I need to go fill in the floor in, which wasn't too hard. Just fill the floor in, simple. Figure out which is gonna be which of the floor. Which is gonna be wood, which is gonna be carpet, whichever is like feel like it should be like that. But it doesn't take too long. But of course, the last thing I would be doing is putting the roof on top in. Something I do as well that I don't record is changing the roof textures from or block combination from stone to stone and andesite, because I kind of like that much more than just having plain out stone. I don't really add anything on top of the roofs yet because I still need to kind of learn how to do that and which is the best technique, which is makes sense, all that type of stuff. So that's something else I need to work at, and something else I kind of also realized during the recording. I had to change part of the sidewalk a bit to from what's it called? Polished andesite to calcite or accident. As you can see when it's that pole. It was something I just realized like, oh well, can't do anything about it. Lastly, before we get done with anything, I wanted to finally work on more of the Star Tower, and there's a big discussion I want to talk about this. But at first, I just gonna be adding some work on the walls I didn't do later. I kind of actually do cut some of the ceiling off on accident. I do go back and fix it, luckily, because I didn't, you know, do stuff fixing. But also, something that you probably won't be able to see really well is that I do the floor. I retexture the floor because, again, I'm getting too tired. I'm getting tired of using calcite, and it's like, calcite is kind of getting bland. And also, at the same time, it's a mall, and usually I don't see like a calcite looking texture floor for the mall, so I want to go something similar. But I don't know if it goes in this recording, but yeah. Something that I really want to talk about so much is I really want to I really want to extend the height of the world. And I've been doing a lot of research looking for data packs that work, which none of them do. Mods, none of them are up to date, so unfortunately, we're kind of just these two, both of the Freedom Tower and the Star Tower are supposed to be ginormous, and I think the World Trade Center is like half its height at the moment. The Freedom Tower, I don't know, like it's like 400 blocks something tall. It's like 200 blocks now. It is quite small, and I know we got a big world update or world height update, but it's not really that big until you're like at the negative 30 63 and look up to to where I call it. Then it's quite big, but from 0 or even to like on 30, you kind of look up like yeah, it's still tall, but like the World Trade Center just doesn't look properly right, and the Star Tower is supposed to be taller than the Freedom Tower, and because the World Trade Center is quite all too compact and like not really the proper size, like I actually generally made the size of the World Trade Center to literally fit in Nuke City where it would actually sit. And of course, if you look at the World Trade Center itself, you think, oh, geez, that's big. And then you look at it compared to the couple of towers, like, oh, it's quite small. So there is a lot of things I had to go through, doing some research on how can I change the size. Because I generally do not like the short. Like I would love to have much taller world height. I've been trying to find some data packs for it, but can't find any. None of them works for 1.20.1, which sucks, as it just does. But if anyone wants to make a data pack for me, it will keep it up to date with with the worlds, with of course the versions, it would be so much helpful to know that it would just be so much helpful to actually have a data pack that actually will work to the height of that will allow me to expand my buildings to like way just overall just a lot. It would just help a lot. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any data packs you guys know I can try to use. I have tried many different data packs. I even tried to look at certain data packs. I don't think there are a lot of videos on 1.20.1 data packs, so we're kind of at a oof moment. But hopefully I can find something for that. But till then, these two buildings are not really added because they're too small, unfortunately.